All right, and away we go. Monday night, back at Bowdens in College Town. It is another edition of Inside Seminole Football with the head coach Mike Norvell. My name is Jeff Culhane. Another outstanding crowd with us on Monday nights. We appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with us as we talk all things Florida State football as the Noles in a bye week. And now we're going to prepare for life back on the road in ACC play next Friday night, taking on the Duke Blue Devils. And with that, let's bring on the head man himself, the head coach of the Florida State Seminoles. Big round of applause for Mike Norvell, everybody, here with us on Monday nights. Coach, it's great to see you as always. Back to work. I know it's a week to get a couple practices in, maybe a break from physicality, a break from the mental grind of it, and a little recruiting here this time of year as well for you and your staff.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy week for us, just here at the midpoint of the season, an opportunity to go and, one, kind of get rested up in a sense of some of the bumps and bruises, get guys back out there, hopefully be able to add, a couple guys that have been out, back into the lineup. And then, it's a huge week for us to go and continue to push to get better. And, I thought, coming off a Saturday night, obviously not the outcome that we wanted, it was definitely not the start that we wanted, find ourselves down, 17-0. It was, for all the things that you are hopeful to see in the start of a game, kind of went opposite of that. And, but as I told the team, I was really proud of the fight that they showed. And, when you're at 17-0, you got a choice to make. And it's going to, you either, rise up and fight and go you'll respond the best way possible, or you pull back. And, we saw a team that definitely fought. I saw a spark. I saw just a belief and a response throughout the course of the game. In really all phases. But unfortunately, we did not do enough to be able to come out with the victory. And that's where we have to get better. And there's a lot of the I say simple mistakes that are showing up in a variety of different places. It's the ownership of that. The things as coaches where we have to help our guys have the confidence to go take the step. And some guys are getting new opportunities to be able to go and kind of forge their path and make an impact on this team to help us go achieve in victory. And so this week is going to be a huge week in our growth and our continued push for that improvement.
Mentioned the fight and the spark as you go back and you watch the film overall. Give me a couple of positives as far as the execution of what you guys have been teaching, coaching, and what you wanted to see Saturday night.
Well, I think defensively, it was a game where they had their place, and it definitely there are a lot of areas that we got to improve upon. But I thought our red zone defense was outstanding. Throughout it, you'll be able to force field goals. Our field goal block team. We blocked 2 kicks in the game, and you see. And then that's one of those units that we talk a lot about as an identity unit. We call it our pride team, because the pride in just doing everything we can to keep points off the board. And even to the very last field goal, you felt the effort, you felt the desire, the push, to try to go make an impact. And those guys, definitely fought all the way through. Offensively, we had some mistakes there early, and missed a few opportunities. And but I thought you saw us get into a little bit of a rhythm. I thought Brock, coming in, with the first start of the season, really played with a great deal of energy. Located the ball well. Had to get the ball out, but was able to mix it around to different receivers, gave guys opportunities. And unfortunately there was a few drops that showed up that we've got to capitalize upon. But I thought he really did some good things, and you saw some young players. I thought the young tight ends did an outstanding job. In being able to go out there and make an impact, but also you saw an opportunity for Brock to go out there and just really kind of push the pace of what we were doing, and he was productive with his arm and also in his legs in certain situations.
Yep. Great show for you tonight here live from Bowdens in College Town. Of course, the head coach, Mike Norvell. We'll also talk with the best punter in college football tonight. Alex Mastromanno is on the show. What he is doing, he is rewriting the record books here at Florida State University. He's been so impressive. And we'll talk with Mastro coming up a little bit later on. And Florida State offensive line coach and offensive coordinator Alex Atkins is here with us tonight as well. Looking forward to talking with him on the show. And with that, let's announce and get into our Truist hero of the game from Saturday night. Coach was just talking about him a moment ago. And how about Brock Glenn with what he did in his third career start? First start on Bobby Bowden Field at Doak Campbell Stadium. Seeing some of the highlights here, connecting with his wide receivers and Hakeem Williams. Look at this pass over the top of Wade Woodaz, the Clemson linebacker, into Amari Williams. Both first career touchdowns there on those strikes. And Coach, you're seeing him making a big play on fourth down in the second half with his legs and showing toughness on that one.
Yeah, I thought, like I said, played with a great deal of energy, and what I liked is I liked the poise that he showed. You started off the game with, we had an interception where it was, miscommunication. You could see, two young players, both, had their own perspective of what was about to happen, and, we had the negative play there. Didn't get rolling like we wanted to in those first two drives, but even the response, the first drive back from the interception, were able to lead us down for that touchdown pass that you just saw to Amari. The energy, the jolt, I thought was really good. You were able to get into some rhythm. You saw the explosive plays that were able to show up, and some of the productive things that we were able to accomplish. And I just really I liked his composure as when he was out there, and he brought all positive energy and continued to push the offense. But and it was in response to even some negative things that occurred during the game.
Yep. Truist hero of the game, Brock Glenn. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. So start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. And our program also brought to you in part by our friends at ABC 27. Get free local news and weather 24/7. Just search WTXL on your favorite streaming device and to watch local news and weather on your time. And, of course, you can watch Inside Seminole Football on a re-air Wednesday nights on ABC 27 here in Tallahassee. Well, we're just getting started. Monday nights with the head coach Mike Norvell. When we return, we'll check in on what's on tap, talk more about this Florida State offense, Brock Glenn's performance, and he's got some talented tight ends making some big plays for him and taking advantage of opportunities. That and more on the way, live from Bowdoin in College Town on a Monday night. We're back after this timeout.
Your home. It's the one place that no matter how busy life gets, your friends and family can always find you. It's where they can show you they care, they want to celebrate with you, or they just have your back. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning are always available to make sure your home and all the people who love to share it with you are comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, we will always be there for you.
Around here, there's an undeniable spirit. It's like it's always been there. You just feel it. It energizes. It connects. It grows at every intersection in its path. And when met with our passion to win, well, it can be downright powerful. At Scott & Wallace, it's this spirit that fuels us. Scott & Wallace, the official law firm of the Florida State Seminoles.
Your extraordinary brain, a network of microscopic vessels so long they could circle the Earth 3 times. As your body's command center, it's the force behind your every thought, every memory, and every impulse. It's what makes you, you. And it's what drives us towards advanced technologies and cutting-edge treatments to create the most comprehensive neuroscience program in North Florida and South Georgia.
Florida, home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
All right, we are back Monday night. It's always great to talk all things Florida State football with the head coach Mike Norvell, live from Bowdens in College Town, the place to be for Inside Seminole Football, and the place to be in College Town every day, especially on game day, that's for sure. So make it your home and your destination for all things Florida State football. Hey, time now for What's on Tap, brought to you by the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics, Oyster City Brewing Company. Check out the tap room on Gain Street and grab, of course, Legacy Lager, the officially branded craft beer of Florida State Athletics. Bye week this week for Mike Norvell and the Noles. And the next Friday, we head to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, to take on the Duke Blue Devils. That's a 7 p.m. Eastern kick. We're on the air on the radio audio side at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But some big matchups. How about volleyball versus number 4 Louisville at Tully Gym Friday night? Need you there. 6:30 is first serve. Saturday, women's soccer's at Boston College for a 7 p.m. start time. Also, cross country is hosting the Florida State Invite at Appalachia Regional Park here on Friday. And baseball, a fall ball game with Auburn over in Pensacola, 1 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah, you can clap for that. That's great. I like it. That's outstanding. And a shout out to Corey Lewis, Florida State volleyball, hitting .480 this season. That's the best in the ACC and third best in America, ladies and gentlemen. So, Corey Lewis, Tallahassee native, doing great work right there. Coach, we talked about Brock and some of the things he did. You've got 2 young tight ends that are taking advantage of opportunities right now. What are your thoughts on Landon Thomas and Amari Williams, 2 young guys that are trying to make their future right now for you in your offense?
Yeah, those guys are both, they're getting better every day. And, I think they've really poured into the investment of learning the system, of trying to work on just the consistency of that. Obviously at that position, there's so many different things we ask those guys to do. And, I would say, quarterback, O-line, tight end, those are probably the hardest positions to come in and be able to play as a true freshman. And to see them going out there and having the production that they had, it's just now it's about continuing to clean up the details, making sure that, the route depths, the sudden reactions to things that we might see. But I thought you saw a big step for Landon and Amari, in his second game of being able to play this year. Really, it was awesome to see him get in the end zone. And, I think both those guys have great futures. And, what I love is just the way that they attack the work. And, they're just really doing a nice job, coming along as true freshmen.
See some of the numbers there for both Landon Thomas and Amari Williams and the graphics on the live stream. And Landon Thomas, 7 catches, 80 yards, tied for 4th most in the game in the series rivalry against Clemson in the history of that entire series. So a big-time game for the true freshman. And Amari's a guy that's a reclassified. He should be a high school senior right now, correct? Talk about that journey a little bit.
So, Amari, it was funny because a few years ago I went out and got a chance to watch our practice. We were recruiting. Actually, Ricky Knight was at his high school at that time, his junior year, and went out and watched a practice. There during, I guess it was January. They were doing a workout, and I left. We knew Amari. We'd recruited Amari. He was already had been up on campus a few times. But when I went and watched the practice, he was doing everything. Obviously a great defensive player there. He was playing receiver, tight end, just kind of moving all over the place. And when I left that practice, I came back to staff. I said, "That's the number 1 player in the 25 class. That's the guy that I think has got a chance to have just all the things that he does. He's really going to be special." As we're going through it, I get a call there. I guess it was, probably October, November, his mom called and said that, they were looking at the potential of reclassifying, and if that would be something we were interested in. And it was like, would you be? Yes, we are. I mean, it is absolutely. And, he came up on an official visit and, really just, he fell in love with all things that we were doing. And, he's such a great kid. And, I think he's got just an incredible future. And for the fact that he's doing what he's doing after reclassifying and being able to come in, I just really looking forward to where he's going to continue to grow. And,
you talk about how talented he is as a young player. I mean, you mentioned his versatility. You looked at him to play defense as well, and then it was sort of a late, not late, but tight end was the area you could best utilize.
And like I told him, I saw him as ability on both sides, and he still has ability on both sides, and that's something that as his career continues to progress, we'll see where that goes. But I mean, it is he's somebody that he's just got a unique skill set, and whether it was rushing a passer or having an opportunity to be able to come in and make an impact, and that's really why the path of what he's doing now is kind of one of the things that I saw, just when he first got here, that, the talent, the ability, the size, the ball skills that he has, and for him to be able to grasp what he is and do what he's doing, really has me excited. And, as he continues to grow, I think the door of opportunity will continue to swing open for him, whether it's, what he's doing offensively, but then even potentially being able to impact on the defensive side as well.
Yeah, two young tight ends that, the future's right now for Landon Thomas and Amari Williams. Back-to-back weeks, those true freshmen have caught touchdown passes in this offense for Florida State. Hakeem Williams, who's battled injuries over the last couple of years, 4 catches, 53 yards, 13.3 yards per reception to lead you guys Saturday night. He's got a lot of talent overall, and I know that as he gets 100% and healthy and confident, I know you got just high expectations for Hakeem.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy we talked about last week on the show a little bit, and I mean, just you see the growth in it every day as he's getting healthy, as he's getting back into the game shape of from the time that he missed. I mean, you're seeing the confidence grow, and he had a couple plays the other day that he looked like what we need him to look like, and had a big slant catch there on a third down, that. Unfortunately, the ball, the ball came out, and it's one of those areas where he gets to, improve upon, as at the end of that play. But I thought just, the route, inside leverage man coverage to go win in that moment on a big third down, that's what we need. And I think you see his speed, you see his strength, obviously the size, but as that confidence grows and just the efficiencies of all things that he's doing, he's got a chance to be a really special player for us, and he's accelerating that process.
Yeah, he made a couple of play where he's playing against 2 pretty good corners that Clemson had on Saturday night, and just you could see the physicality start to come out a little bit with what his skill set, his size, his body type is, and man, I can't wait to see him continue to grow here as the future moves along. As Inside Seminole Football, brought to you in part by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance. They are a proud partner of Florida State Athletics. Big thanks to the team at Florida Farm Bureau Insurance. And introducing the official vodka of Florida State Athletics, SV Vodka. Crafted for a smooth taste, SV Vodka is 100% vegan, perfect for those who value purity in every sip. Experience the unique blend of tradition and innovation with SV Vodka, the official vodka of Florida State Athletics. More to come live from Bowditch in College Town here on a Monday night. We're talking those special teams with Coach when we come back, as that group has been excelling at a high level. That and more on the way. More Inside Seminole Football after this timeout.
Hey Seminole fans, this is Josh Storms, head strength and conditioning coach for Florida State football. Are you tired of sleeping hot? I was too. ChiliPad has a solution for that. ChiliPad works with your existing mattress. It's a temperature-regulated, water-based mattress topper that precisely controls your bed temperature from 55 degrees to 115 degrees. Visit www.sleep.me/Seminoles and see why ChiliPad bed cooling systems are the official bed cooling partner of Florida State Athletics. That's sleep.me/Seminoles.
Dining room, picnic, tailgate, or conference room. Whichever table you gather around, we'll be sure there's plenty to go around. Bring them together with barbecue. Grab Sonny's to go, or let us cater your next shindig. Available for pickup, delivery, or set up and serve. Sonny's Barbecue, local pit masters since '68.
Your extraordinary brain, a network of microscopic vessels so long they could circle the Earth 3 times. As your body's command center, it's the force behind your every thought, every memory, and every impulse. It's what makes you, you. And it's what drives us towards advanced technologies and cutting-edge treatments to create the most comprehensive neuroscience program in North Florida and South Georgia.
And if you're in town for a game this fall, stay at 4 Points by Sheridan Tallahassee downtown, where parking is always complimentary, plus free shuttle service to the airport and Doak Campbell Stadium. Make your hotel reservations at 4 Points by Sheridan Tallahassee downtown today. And we're back Monday night, Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell, live from Bowdens in Collegetown. Coming up in a couple of segments, we'll talk with Alex Mastromanno. Will join us here on the main table. Cannot wait to talk with him, the #1 punter in college football right now as far as punting average is concerned, and the #1 punter career average mark in all of college, or in Florida State University, I should say, in the history of Florida State football. So impressive stuff from Master. We'll talk to him a little bit later on. Your thoughts on your fifth-year senior punter? I mean, he's just been dynamite for you throughout his career and taking it to another level here this season.
Oh, he absolutely has. And, I think when you and I tell people, the first commitment that I received here at Florida State was Alex. And, he's turned out to be a pretty good one.
Pretty good. Pretty darn good.
But he's such a great young man. And the growth that he's had from his freshman year to where he is now, and just the ownership that he has in this program. Because our specialist, and I'll say this about him and Ryan. I mean, those guys, they do everything. From the physical aspect of it to the mental training, the preparation for when they get to step on that field. I mean, there's such a respect between his teammates, knowing that the investment that he's made. And not only what he does as a punter, but he's also our holder. And he takes such ownership in our field goal unit and being able to make the calls and all those things. And that's just for me, that's where I get my joy in it. And I see a young man that cares so much. Obviously I don't want to have to use him as much as we've been using him.
Sure,
but but he's answered the call, and whatever it takes, he's ready to go do his job, and all the recognition that he's getting is definitely well earned and well deserved.
49.3 yards per punt, the best in all of college football, and all-time at Florida State University, 44.4 yards per punt in his career. We'll talk with Mastro a little bit later on. Not only your kicking game, but I don't know if, your group, as far as blocking kicks, this is something that your special teams have mastered during your time here at Florida State University. In your time as a coach, period, you guys lead the country with 4 block kicks. You had a couple more on Saturday night. We're taking a look at some of the highlights right here. And there's a lot of strategy that goes into this with what you see on film and who you put in certain spots. Kind of just take me through the mentality with this group and why they're so successful.
Yeah, I think JP does a great job in the planning and preparation of how we want to attack. But ultimately, it's about want to, and that's why we call it our pride unit. And you show the pride that you have within this program, and what we want to do, because you got to fight for every point, and you never know when it's going to come down to one. And that's one of the things that I always will look for and look at when it comes to the investment that we're making. We talked about the way our guys fought. Well, I thought that was put on display every time that unit stepped on the field, and done a great job, and something that we need to continue to be a great advantage for us.
13 block kicks here at Florida State by the Noles during the Mike Norvell era. Again, lead the country with 4 block kicks. We blocked 2 on Saturday night versus Clemson. Last time we blocked 2 field goals in the game. You go back to the Georgia Tech game in 2020, and we blocked 3 kicks in a row. Last time we blocked 3 kicks in a row in 3 straight games, you got to go all the way back to 2001, 2002 of Florida State football. So that group doing some really, really impressive stuff, to say the least, and the want to certainly there in a lot of ways. Defensively, Coach, your group, I know we're looking to continue to take steps forward, but man, you mentioned the red zone defense on Saturday night, bending and not breaking, and right now a top 30 defense in that red zone. You're only allowing a touchdown in that area 46% of the time when teams get in there. That's pretty impressive stuff, to say the least.
Yeah, and a big part of the work is not letting them down into the red zone as much as teams have. But it is something about just that the overall execution. And there might be times where a team makes a play, they might get down in that area, but you got to be able to rise up, and you got to make sure that the most important play is the next play, and that response is critically important. When you look at the game the other day, I mean, it was. They had their plays, and there's a lot of things that we have to clean up, a lot of things that we've got to improve upon. The 2 touchdown drives they had short fields. They got a return, and then obviously the interception. And those were the 2 drives. But as the game went, and they found themselves in the red zone, I thought our guys really locked in. They really did a good job of forcing those field goal attempts, and a couple of those times, like with the blocks, going away with nothing. And so we're going to continue to build upon that, but also just in all aspects of improvement, keeping them out of the red zone as much as possible.
Time now for our keys to success, brought to you by Scott & Wallace, the official injury lawyers of Florida State Athletics. Scott & Wallace with offices in Tallahassee. Defensively, as you look to take steps forward, identify a couple of areas that you like right now, but also a couple areas, hey, we need to take some steps in the right direction during this bye week and getting ready to go on the road at Duke next Friday. Yeah,
I think just the consistency of execution, communication, obviously with what we do and how we play. I mean, each week you're going to see, a unique, array of ways that teams are going to try to attack. We will play man coverage, the mix of zone, the pressures, and so you're going to see a lot of motions. You're going to see a lot of condensed sets, and there was a few times there the other night where we didn't have all 11. You operating consistent as one, and whether it's rolling to the deep part of the field as a deep safety, whether it's making sure that the immediate communication of the fit, of the blitz, of the being where you need to be. And I think as we continue to grow in that, and let's also some of these younger players that are getting more extensive work as they grow in their confidence of what they see, and to be able to have that immediate reaction, that's going to continue to help us as we're rolling through. And then we have to create takeaways, and that's a big point of emphasis for us. Just getting our opportunities to get shots on the ball. The other day we had a couple of chances for interceptions, and we got to finish those plays, and because those are those plays that can totally change the dynamic of a game. And I know we're going to continue to work hard on that, but we got to get that done.
Yep, absolutely. Keys to success brought to you by Scott and Wallace. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Our Bowden's historical matchup feature. We go back to 1995. We'll tell you about that and more and get Coach's thoughts on Duke and the bye week coming up. Live from Bowden's in College Town, Inside Seminole Football. We're back after this break.
Your home. It's the one place that no matter how busy life gets, your friends and family can always find you. It's where they can show you they care, they want to celebrate with you, or they just have your back. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning are always available to make sure your home and all the people who love to share it with you are comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, we will always be there for you.
Florida, home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
And we roll along Monday night. Always great to be here at Bowden's in College Town with our Seminole friends and family, talking all things Florida State football. The place to be for all Noles fans here in College Town as well. Let's get right into it. How about our Noles matchup flashback, our historical matchup feature brought to you by Bowden's. Last week we talked about Bobby Bowden's 300 career. His way to 3 touchdowns as well, and Danny Cannell threw for 4 touchdowns in the first 2 quarters of this game. A 70-26 rout of Duke in the opener for number 1 Florida State in 1995, and Bobby Bowden's 250th career win on an early September day down in Orlando. As Bowden's proud partner of Florida State Athletics, and of course the home of Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. We're here every Monday night during the season, live in College Town, 7 to 8 p.m., but not next Monday night. All right, mark it down. Not next Monday, because next Monday is a Tuesday.
Absolutely.
In practice, and so we wouldn't do it on Sunday to throw everybody off, and then the Wednesday is a Thursday. And am I in your same? And then again, there
you're talking about language right there.
Yes. There we go. Right there. All right. You get in the bye week, Coach. You refresh a little bit, but it's important. Every opportunity is important, and it's a Duke team that just lost their first game of the season on Saturday night, a good Georgia Tech team. They're 5-1, and we got them next Friday night at their place.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a great matchup, and one that we're going to have to go on the road. We got to bring the best that we have, and and that's what I'm excited to see. I thought our guys did. They battled, they fought. Even just last night and in our meetings, and as we're going back and watching the film, our guys, there is a tremendous sense of urgency, but there's an excitement about just hey, we're at the halfway point, and this season has not gone how anybody wanted it to go up until this point. But you know what? The circumstances that we face, all right, we are where we are now. It's our objective. It's our responsibility to go get it right and to go be better and to go put forth the identity of who we are and what we're all about. And I believe in this team. I believe in the players. I believe in the work that I see. It's now about the execution and us going out there and performing to the level that we're capable of. And so, I thought there was a great urgency in the meetings and a lot of excitement about what we're going to be able to do. And it starts next week up at Duke. And this week we got a lot of work, and we're going to pour everything we have into our improvement.
Yep. Early thoughts on Duke from what you know so far.
It's a talented group, and they're playing at a high level. They're playing very complementary football. You see as they've gone. They've had games where they've been behind and had to fight to come back late. It's a very resilient group. But it's one that's playing good defense. Offensively, they've shown their explosiveness. Throughout the course of the year. But it's they got a young quarterback, very talented, can throw the ball all over the field. He was doing a good job, and you see him kind of growing up as throughout the course of the year. But they play very sound and tough defense, and it's a really good team, and so it's indicative of their record, being a 5-1 team, and it's going to be a great challenge. But I know our guys are excited for the next opportunity.
Absolutely, next Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern kick at Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina. Coach, it's always a pleasure. Thanks so much for your time, and have a great week this week. By the way, happy birthday Friday. Your wife Maria, her birthday as well here coming up.
Yeah, her birthday will be the next Friday night when we play.
Let's go.
So that's a birthday present, right?
That's a birthday present,
yeah,
right
so
there.
Got to go get that one.
Yeah.
But no, I really appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you so very much, and look forward to seeing y'all here next, I guess, in a couple weeks.
Couple weeks. 2
Yes,
weeks. Yes,
absolutely.
there we go. Mike Norvell, everybody, the head coach of the Florida State Seminoles. Hey, when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable, so start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking and unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. Alex Mastromanno joins us on the other side, live from Bowdoin College Town. We're back after this timeout.
Around here, there's an undeniable spirit. It's like it's always been there. You just feel it. It energizes. It connects. It grows at every intersection in its path. And when met with our passion to win, well, it can be downright powerful. At Scott & Wallace, it's this spirit that fuels us. Scott & Wallace, the official law firm of the Florida State Seminoles.
Dining room, picnic, tailgate, or conference room. Whichever table you gather around, we'll be sure there's plenty to go around. Bring them together with barbecue. Grab Sonny's to go, or let us cater your next shindig. Available for pickup, delivery, or set up and serve. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Night live from Bowdens in College Town. Welcome back in, Noles fans. Inside Seminole Football. Big thank you to the head coach of the Noles, Mike Norvell. Always appreciate his time as they get ready for a big bye week and prepare for the Duke Blue Devils. Hey, time now for our Gear of the Week segment brought to you by Garnet and Gold. This week's item is an Antigua women's knit quarter zip with the Spear logo, as you're seeing here on the stream and on our TVs around Bowdens. The Antigua women's knit quarter zip with the Spear logo. Yes, ladies, we got it's nod of approval from all the ladies in the house. Great, there we go. That's what we need. Garnet and Gold has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years. Visit one of the 3 locations here in Tallahassee and pick up your new game day gear. Without further ado, please a big round of applause for the best punter in college football, Alex Mastromanno.
Thanks, Jeff. Good to be here.
I know I'm not Australian, but I'm going to say good to see you, mate.
Yeah, there
it's
you
great
go.
to have you here. We appreciate your time, and congratulations on all your success here so far this season. Let's talk about the year from your perspective. Certainly from a team standpoint, you guys would like some more wins, but, man, you are doing your job and then some in a big-time way. It's been impressive.
Yeah, for sure. We obviously didn't imagine that the year would start out like this. It's been a bit of a rough start, but like Coach just said before, we're defined by the opportunities in front of us, and we're really excited about continuing that growth and just finishing the season strong and continuing to get better across the board.
Yeah, your group on the special team side, not only the punting group, but as Coach mentioned, the way you guys own that field goal unit, you as the holder, new snapper with Mason Arnold, and obviously Fitzy is perfect right now, literally 6 for 6, and he's one of the best with field goals, 3 of them of over 50 yards here this season. Describe the work for everybody in practice that goes into it and the pride that you guys have in your craft overall.
Yeah, I think Fitzy is the best. It's pretty clear he is. He's just so persistent every day with all the work he does, and even Mason as well, all the snaps that he's been doing, he's been outstanding for us, and we just have a lot of fun out there. It feels like we're at practice when we're in the game because we put so much work into it, and we just feel so comfortable when we get out there, and that helps us perform when we're just having fun and staying true to ourselves.
John Papuchis, special teams coordinator, does an amazing job. But I mentioned, talk about Carter Barfield a little bit, a guy that behind the scenes really works with you, I think, gets into the weeds on the kicking aspect of things and more of the specialist stuff. What does Coach Barfield mean to you guys with his work and the time that he puts in?
Oh, he's been huge for us, as big as any coach that we've had in the program. And we've been so lucky to have Carter work with us for the last few years. So he's definitely underrated in that regard. But, yeah, he's just been massive for us on and off the field as well. He's someone we trust, and he just encourages us every day to go out and get better.
What is more exciting / fulfilling for you as a kicker? Ripping off a 50 to 60 yard punt. You tied your career high 65 yarder in the Boston College game back in game number 2 this year. But what's more fulfilling? Just ripping off a 50 or 60 yarder, or that coffin corner kick down at it inside the 10, inside the 5 yard line? Do you like one more than the other?
I like both. To be honest, I like kicking the balls as big as I can, so I like the open field punts, but obviously it's a great feeling when I can set up defense in a really good position and pin them deep with those
You
coffin
did it
corners.
both right here on the punt we just saw as we replayed the tie career high 65 yarder, and you pinned them inside the 5. So do you do both? Why not? Just do them right there, right? No big deal.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll try and keep doing those this year.
Very good. Yeah, very, very good, to say the least overall. With the season as it moves along and as you guys get deeper and deeper into your 5th year, you and Fitzy and other upperclassmen, I'm sure it's just flown by in so many ways. If you could go back and talk to Alex Mastromanno, the true freshman, back in 2019, 2020, what would the seniors say to the freshmen about coming to Florida State and enjoying your time here as a college football player?
Probably exactly just what you just said, just to enjoy every moment and really soak it all in because, like you said, it definitely flies by, and I remember the day I got here as a freshman. I was super jet lagged that day, but it just feels like yesterday, and I'd just say to have as much fun and just, work as hard as you can.
Yeah, that's outstanding. And I'm sure many of you seen Alex around town. He is a dog owner, a dog lover, I don't know if you've named your dog after your favorite actor.
Yeah, got little Samuel Jackson.
There we
at
go.
home. Yeah, so I was going to bring him here, but he's guarding the house. So.
He's guarding the house
Yeah.
tonight? What kind of dog? Let people know.
He's a 20-pound French bulldog. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson. If you see Mastro around town, don't mess with the dog, because Samuel L. Jackson, he's a tough guy. That's for sure. Do you have a favorite movie with Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh, Pulp Fiction's
There
up
you
there.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Watch
Yeah.
it every year or two.
Absolutely. You have to. Well, I tell you what, it has been a blast watching you do your thing. Continued success, and thanks so much for joining us. We love talking to you on the show. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
There you
Go
go.
Noles.
That's Alex Mastromanno, ladies and gentlemen, the top punter in all of college football. As Inside Seminole Football brought to you in part by Carver's Discount Cleaners. They are mean on stains and green on earth. Try new Eco Green Dry Cleaning at Carver's Discount Cleaners on 1215 North Monroe Street in Midtown. Coming up next, live from Ballot's in College Town, offensive coordinator Alex Atkins joins the show. Stay with us, more to come. Back after this timeout.
Strength, determination, passion. When you need a fighter, when you need someone to have your back, when it's all on the line, we'll be right there. Scott and Wallace, the official law firm of the Florida State Seminoles.
Your extraordinary brain, a network of microscopic vessels so long they could circle the Earth 3 times. As your body's command center, it's the force behind your every thought, every memory, and every impulse. It's what makes you, you. And it's what drives us towards advanced technologies and cutting-edge treatments to create the most comprehensive neuroscience program in North Florida and South Georgia.
Hey Seminole fans, this is Josh Storms, head strength and conditioning coach for Florida State football. Are you tired of sleeping hot? I was too. ChiliPad has a solution for that. ChiliPad works with your existing mattress. It's a temperature-regulated, water-based mattress topper that precisely controls your bed temperature from 55 degrees to 115 degrees. Visit www.sleep.me/Seminoles and see why ChiliPad bed cooling systems are the official bed cooling partner of Florida State athletics. That's sleep.me/Seminoles.
And Florida State Athletics would like to thank Grassroots Coffee for their support of Florida State football. Grassroots Coffee, also the official coffee of the Battle's End. And every time you drink Battle's End Blend, you support FSU athletes. So order Battle's End Blend today at grassrootscoffee.com. Again, big shout out to our guy Mark Lowe. Doesn't miss a show. Grassroots Coffee in the house here tonight. Hey, and did you know that FSU Athletics is self-supported, not funded by tax dollars? Because of this, we rely on fans just like you to join Seminole Boosters so your teams have the best possible chance to achieve success on and off the field. Seminole Booster membership starts at $5 per month and comes with great membership benefits. Go online to SeminoleBoosters.com to learn more or join. That's SeminoleBoosters.com. And we're back live from Ballot's in College Town. Please give it up. Big round of applause for our offensive coordinator and offensive line coach, Alex Atkins, here with us tonight on the main table. Coach, it's always great talking to you, my friend. We appreciate you stopping by. And what'd you see on Saturday night? Brock Glenn, third career start. Change it up a little bit. You've had a lot of injuries on the offensive line. Some young guys are getting in there, but it seemed like you got a little more of that spark you guys have been looking for recently.
Well, yeah, I was proud of Brock, man, because, you know, he went through a lot starting his first game as the ACC championship game and not knowing, you know what I mean, kind of building, going to the bowl game, and now being able to come back and grow and continue to get better in practice, and you're seeing that work pay off as the time put in. So I've been really proud of Brock. And there's no doubt, with the O-line, the shuffles, rotation, and
Yeah.
all that. But I loved our last offensive team meeting because we talked about how this game teaches lessons and how things are going to go your way sometime, but things are not. What I've been proud of them is how they maintain their character, their focus, their work ethic, because I told them they all know a man in their life or somebody else in their life that when it was high, they were high. When it was low, they were down and sad, and they didn't take care of the business, letting the emotional swings go. But I'm proud of how they still came to work and still trying to get this thing back afloat what it needs to be.
How much stress have some of those injuries placed on that group up front as far as continuity, rhythm, execution?
Yeah, it's been a tough run at it. But what I do is I like how Otto stepped in there and showcased himself and showing that he's ready to go. And what I love is the jump from game 1 to game 2 with those young guys. So I'm excited to see him in the next game and see how the steps he takes. And also Jalen Early jumped in there, and he didn't know he was going to start the Memphis game till we came out of the game for warm-ups because of Darius went down. So to see his progress from going to that game to the Cal game and see how much better he got. And so I'm interested to see those young guys and the commitment and the work ethic they put in just kind of showcase themselves while they're young.
Yep. We talked about the young tight ends taking advantage of opportunities earlier in the show with Coach, with Landon Thomas and Amari Williams. I mean, those are guys that are also extensions of your offensive line in a lot of ways, what you guys are trying to do blocking-wise in the run game and in certain pass sets as well.
As they continue, we know they can run, they can catch, and they got a lot of wiggle. As they continue to grow those bodies and get stronger and to be able to handle those edges and those ends and those linebackers that continue to progress. But athletically, I mean, we'll have two of the best in the country as far as being athletes at that position goes.
You mentioned Andre Otto made his first career start, redshirt freshman at the Key West at right guard on Saturday night. I would imagine the juices were flowing, the butterflies were flowing a little bit overall. That's got to be a great moment for him to go out. He'll never forget that first one in a lot of ways.
One thing is we have walkthrough that morning before the game, and we had to get him IV because he was sweating so hard in the walkthrough.
Wow.
And then I was disappointed in him because he didn't tell his mom he was starting in the game. He just
Really?
and started.
Really?
He said it slipped his mind.
Wow.
So his mom was a little upset about that. But he went in there and handled business, and I got him out for a little bit, calmed him down, and then got him back in there. And I thought he settled at the end in the second half. I thought he settled nicely and really showcased his ability.
Yeah, Andre, call your mom next time, please. Let her know you're starting when you are indeed. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal, no doubt about it. Alex Atkins with us here at our main table, live from Bowdon College Town. One more time out, we'll come back and ask Coach about the bye week and also what kind of Duke defense are we seeing next Friday night in our next matchup in ACC play. That and more on the way, live from Bowdon College Town. We're back after this timeout.
Florida, home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
And we're back. One final segment live from Bowdens in College Town, the home and host of Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell, here every Monday night during the football season, live in College Town from 7 to 8 p.m., but not next Monday night, right? Yes, not next Monday because it's a shortened week with a Friday night game, and we'll be back in 2 weeks from tonight on October 21st. For Inside Seminole Football. Can we get a round of applause to Elizabeth and Amelia, by the way, our cheerleaders here tonight? Appreciate their time. Thank you, ladies, very much for spending time with us here at Bowdens. Back with Alex Atkins, offensive coordinator, offensive line coach. Let's talk a little bit about Duke. Mike Elko moves on to Texas A&M. That was an amazing game last year inside of Doak. A great win over a really good Duke team. Manny Diaz, a guy that we all know very well. We've battled with him in years past. And they're a team coach that's off to a good start at 5-1 this season. Give me your 35,000-foot view of the Blue Devils right now.
They do a really good job of presenting problems as far as like twist and containing the defense to make sure you can get the ball on the outside, making sure they can go tackle it. They try to force it outside. I think they do a really good job of trying to dictate on defense. And Manny even did that when he was at Miami, where he wants to try to present different looks and kind of break his tendencies to kind of control the game and attack it. So he's always done a good job of defense, and we better be ready.
Only allowing 17.5 points per game. That's second best in the ACC. And so they're going to play some defense against Alex Atkins' offense and offensive line. I would have to imagine a great time for your group to get healthy and try and heal up some of the bumps and bruises. What's your guys' focus this week as they try and bounce back and get back to 100% or as close to 100%,
yeah,
Coach?
What's good was getting, Jeremiah back in the first full game. He rotated a little bit at SMU. Maurice was dealing with some back issues, so, get to rest him up because he's had some kind of chronic issues with that, but I think he'll be fine, ready to go. Darius, who missed the game, was having a couple of stingers and going numb. I think he's going to be, getting his rest. So this is a big time for us in that 6-week mark because we did have a good, tough camp. And now we get that kind of to get those guys back seeing what we saw before season started.
Yep. You mentioned Andre Otto, Jalen Early. Kind of go through some of your young guys you like that are developing right now. You've been mixing and matching and working some guys in who are trying to get themselves and catch your eye, catch the mix a little bit.
On Sunday nights, we do a developmental practice. And, it's a practice. We got one-on-ones, pods, half line. We do a full scrimmage. And I tell you guys, it really caught my attention is, Jacob Rizzi is doing a good job. Yeah. I thought he's really coming along. Jonathan Daniels, the guy out of Pensacola, he's really coming along on that edge and helping us at tackle. Julian's moved in at guard. We're saying him going around. He got bumped up a little bit, but I think he'll be ready to go. So I've been excited about seeing those young guys progress and kind of handling the flashes of the game. So when our opportunities come, you never know when opportunity comes. You got to be ready for it.
Yep, got about 30 seconds. Take me into what items that you're focusing on as a coach this week and where you want to see your group get better.
Well, we've had 6 weeks of data, and it has not been the result we needed to be, so we're combing through everything. My wife asked me, I said, I'm going back up there today to keep looking. So basically, we have to evaluate all aspects to make sure we're putting them in a position for success. All the continuity and things, that's all, that comes with it, but we have to make sure as coaches we're doing a good job of putting them in a position to have success and not just asking them what to do based on what the scheme asks for. So I think now it's time to kind of do a 6-game self-scout and make sure we put them in the best position we can.
Always great seeing you. Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's Alex Atkins, ladies and gentlemen, Florida State offensive coordinator and offensive line coach. That'll do it for us here on Monday night. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching and listening. You've been locked into Inside Seminole Football. We'll be back here in 2 weeks. Have a great week, everybody, and go Noles.